welcome back to ESBR Boxing's YouTube channel. Delighted as always to be joined by Danny. This is a preview video for the heavyweight fight taking place in Quebec, Canada this Saturday night. The big Russian, the Lion, Arslanbek Makhmudov taking on Guido Vianello, the Italian. Danny, good to be joined by you as always. If you're enjoying this video, please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's very much appreciated. We last saw Makhmudov out. He had a kind of a run out fight not too long ago, but obviously we all saw the call it an upset if you want, but the loss against Ajit Caballero in December of last year. Vianello, on the other hand, been around for a little while, suffered a couple of losses. But yeah, this is a fight that again has gone under the radar. The heavyweight division is very hot at the moment. Feels like a lot of fighters are kind of one win away from getting into that Saudi mix, which obviously means making a lot of money. Danny, thoughts on this fight? Is this one you're looking forward to? What do you expect to happen?
I think this will be a really competitive fight. I think Vianello he's probably in that sort of gatekeeper level. Had F.A. Jagba badly hurt last time out, and I've got really big doubts on Makhmudov now. Like that Caballero fight was not good, really not good. He was beat easily. He was battered, like if you're gonna be honest. And I know looking back, when you like judge their two records, I know you say, "Oh, call it an upset if you want," but at the time, that Makhmudov was heavily favoured to beat Caballero. People had been calling for Makhmudov to fight Tyson Fury because he was in the rankings and Derek Chisora wasn't, and all this. And if you actually look through his record, it's based on nothing really. So I think this is a really big. I think this is gonna be a really tough fight for Makhmudov, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, Makhmudov, the favorite in this fight. This isn't a betting tip show, but Vianello,
What are the odds? Sorry, out of interest.
the underdogs that I'm looking at are Makhmudov is 3-10 to win. Vianello is 5-2 to win. Vianello to win by KO is 5-1. To win by decision is 13-2. So I'm
Interesting.
not sure if that tempts you. Obviously, look, we saw Makhmudov get stopped by Caballero not so long ago. And yeah, how for someone who hasn't seen Makhmudov fight, Danny? Because I'll be honest, he excites me. He's someone who is quite scary. Is abnormally large. He's bigger than your average human, but at the same time, he's kind of quite has his weaknesses. I won't go on because you're the one that knows a bit about boxing. How would you describe Makhmudov to someone who hasn't seen him fight?
Heavy-handed, physical, rash, untidy, vulnerable. I would say now after the Caballero fight, particularly to the body. Yeah, and he's tall, obviously as well. So that would be my. I don't know if that was 5 words or whatever to describe Arslan Makhmudov, but yeah.
Yeah, and where and how because I think he's gone from being an avoided fighter to now I think you're going to have kind of anyone in the top kind of 25, 30 heavyweights looking at him and fancying their chances, to be honest.
Yeah.
So how highly do you rate him? Because look, let's be honest, before that Caballero fight, people were talking about him being kind of a genuine threat, top 10 this, top 15 that. In a nutshell, where would you kind of rank him? Do you have him down as kind of a top 15 heavyweight? Like, is he way outside your top 15? Where would you have him?
I mean, definitely not top 10. Maybe like clipping the top 20, but like his best win is like Takam, who must have been what 41 at the time, and he scraped past Takam. I think he got dropped actually. I think maybe he won the fight due to a knockdown, but that was like a really close fight. And before that, Takam had been destroyed by Joe Joyce, and then after he was destroyed by Bacoli. So it's not as if to say it was a good version of Carlos Takam. And then I think off the top of my head, his best wins like Marius Wack. And apart from that, it is absolute like puddings he has fought. Like that Wallace, that like 6'9" Nigerian he fought, like absolute like bottom feeder level heavyweight. So I would struggle to make a case for him. Like top 20 is probably where I would have him, like clipping in around like 19 to 23, something like that.
Yeah, look, and he's one of those fighters who he clearly is, as you said, very heavy-handed. So he can go up against anyone, and if he hits if he hits someone flush, they're in trouble. But
Yeah.
it looks like to me that Caballero took him down with relative ease when they thought it was kind of like chopping a tree down, and I think that was what was alarming. Getting down to kind of predictions, Danny, I'm interested to see what you've got to say here. I think we've discussed some betting odds here, and Vianello kind of an underdog here, and there's definitely value in him possibly winning by KO. He has a good KO percentage himself. If you had to give a prediction, betting aside, what would your prediction be going into this one?
I think I'd probably bet on Vianello, or my prediction would be for Vianello to stop him. I
Yeah.
think. I think it was just like Caballel, like he had a good win against Frank Sanchez after that, and he's obviously a good boxer, but he's never been noted as much of a puncher. Vianello's probably a similar level of puncher to Caballel, but the blueprint's just there. Just try and get a few rounds and then just attack him to the body. And I think Vianello is quite a good amateur. I think he will fancy the job, and Makhmudov is obviously going to have some confidence issues. You know what I mean? With you say with how easy he was beat, that will come as a bigger surprise to him than even it was to us. So, yeah, I think Vianello will stop him. To be honest,
All right.
and finish him.
Statement made. We'll see. Look, I think it should be an exciting fight. Makhmudov's still ranked in the top 15 with some governing bodies. So if he wins, then you would expect to see him go up against a good fight before the end of the year. If he loses, it'll be interesting to see what Vianello does next. But look, one to kind of want to help people stay up who are watching over here in the UK before the main event at super middleweight taking place in the early hours of Sunday morning.
What's your prediction? Your prediction, mate?
My prediction, I'll just for fun, I'll disagree with you, Danny. I think it's a tough one. I think Makhmudov's been exposed. And I think he's 35 now, so you question how much you can improve at that age. But I'll still go for him to win, but I'm not oozing with confidence when I say that.
Fair enough.
We'll see. But yeah, well done for pushing me on that one. Danny, good to be joined by you as always. We look forward to both fights happening on Saturday night. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give us a subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let us know your prediction for this fight. Danny, thank you for your time, and I'll speak to you again soon.